Hi, this is Jasmine. Welcome to my channel, Inspirational Journey with Jasmine. Um, Today's topic, I'm going to talk about something of an experience actually that I went through that could definitely help others, especially other women. But before I get into the video, I would just like for everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and to click the notification bell icon so that when I do post a new video, that you will be notified. I know I don't post as often, but still, I would like to, have it where, people that are subscribed can still be alerted or notified when I do post something. So I'm going to get straight into it. This video today, like I just mentioned, is very much, it's a hard topic for me, but I want to raise awareness for this. I want to be able to talk about this, which I know other women have talked about it on YouTube, but I would just like to just be able to share my experience and what I've learned from that experience so that other women, or it could be vice versa with men, just in general, anybody that has went through some sort of abusive or toxic relationship. I'm going to just go right in and say that a year ago, I was in a relationship. I was engaged to be married at the time. And at the time, I was, of course, like any other woman would be very excited, like feeling like, okay, I'm getting married, just the typical feelings that us as women have when we're about to get married. We're really just dead straight focused on wedding dresses, having the ring on our fingers, just wedding planning, just envisioning our lives with the person, with the man that proposed to us. So with my situation, I was engaged, but I was only engaged for 2 months. It did not last. My ex, he actually ended the relationship with me very abruptly and in such a nasty way that it really it was very hurtful for me. I really was embarrassed for a while. I really didn't want to share, especially like, because it was such a personal experience that I had in my life. And just in general on social media, sometimes some people do put on their social media accounts, especially Facebook, that things didn't work out, or they'll just, eventually just tell everyone, or however, everyone does this type of thing differently. For me, I did tell personally my family and close friends that I was not getting married anymore. Um, I would say, I'm just sharing my personal experience. I personally just think that for me, I had learned a lot from that toxic relationship. I learned to see and know my worth, and to not ever tolerate bullshit and toxicity off a man ever again. And if a man is showing me that he don't have no respect for me, the way that my ex didn't have no respect for me, I am not going to stay in a toxic relationship like that ever again. So I learned some hard lessons, but I just want to just tell other women to just don't stay in something that is really making you feel like you're nothing or you're nobody. Um, I would say with my experience, my ex was just very disrespectful, always talked about my weight, always just had something negative to point out towards me. I'm not saying that I am perfect because I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. But I just felt like in the relationship, I could never do nothing right. He would always want to just make me feel like a piece of shit. He wanted to always make it seem like I was the problem when, and if I would take accountability for anything that I did wrong or what I thought I did wrong, it just seemed like it was never enough for him. He would always want to break up it seemed like every week he would want to break up with me and want to play the victim and not try to take accountability for what he did and the part that he played, not just, pointing the finger at me. I felt like I just couldn't do nothing right. When it came down to if with my weight, it's not like I'm an obese woman. As women and other women can relate to this, that we go through different times in our lives, and our weights throughout our lives, it's going to fluctuate. Weight can go up sometimes and weight can go down. And it can also depend on, especially dealing with stress and fatigue from everyday life, or, having a baby, like, gaining the weight during pregnancy, then after pregnancy, you try to get back to your normal weight. For me, I feel like it was more so like, stress, that my weight, I ended up gaining weight. It's not like I wanted to gain weight or to make myself be overly, just, I guess, not trying to be too, I guess, fat or overweight. I just gained some pounds. That's literally it. And I would even try going to the gym. I would walk, and I still to this day go out and walk and try to get exercise, so I can stay a good healthy weight for myself. And just in general, just having daily exercise, because that should be something we all should do, with walking and just keeping ourselves mobile and being able to get around well. But back to what I was saying, it seemed like my ex was just never satisfied. It seemed like he had a problem with people that that wasn't skinny. He would just taunt him and his mother. Just it seemed like they had a problem with people that were not slim in any shape of capacity. They had a problem with that. And it seemed like if I would say what I felt, it was wrong. It felt like like I was pretty much not supposed to say nothing. I was just supposed to sit there and allow them to disrespect people, and also disrespect me. I tried my best. I'm not saying again that I'm perfect, but I'm not perfect. But I did try to save the relationship. I did everything that I could because I really wanted things to work out with him. But in the end, him just completely just being a narcissist, just using or hiding behind Christianity to act like he knows everything or that he's following God's word, when in my eyesight he was a hypocrite, and he is a hypocrite, because it's not about just quoting scriptures and telling somebody, well, this is what the Bible says. It's about your heart and what you produce. Like, you will know a tree by its fruits and what type of fruit it's gonna produce. Either it's gonna produce good fruit, ripe fruit, or it's gonna produce bad fruit. And it's like, I just saw the true nature of my ex and what he was about. He was not, I was sitting up here thinking, oh, this is the right person for me. God finally answered my prayers. I really thought that he was the person I was gonna marry, the man I was gonna marry and have children with and just build a life with. But I was very much wrong. I just wished, from my viewpoint, looking back on it, hindsight, I wished I would have really took and saw the red flags. It just really paid attention to the red flags that were being shown. I'm gonna say even the pink flags that were waving before they turned completely red. I just really am now thankful that I'm out of that toxic relationship. Um, I just feel like the way he handled things was just so immature and very petty. And when I would or did try to talk with him after what took place, he just blatantly disrespected me over the phone and even in person. Called me out of my name, called me a jackass, called me a brokey. I said that no other man would look back at me, that he claimed he would try to save the relationship, but any other man would walk away and not look back. And just literally those type of negative things that are said to a woman is just downright disrespectful. And yes, I said things too, and I had people reaching out towards him because I felt like I wanted somebody to be in my corner to 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 show that Jasmine had people that cared, that really saw that she got treated like shit, that the situation was just completely fucked up. And I hate to really cuss and say something that I shouldn't say, but it's just like the situation was just completely messed up. And I truly just want other women to don't do what I did. Don't stay in something that is toxic. Because at the end of the day, I have accepted that the relationship is over. I have accepted it. This is a part of healing, talking about it. I pretty much, it says to forgive in the Bible, and I do forgive, but I will never forget. I personally didn't like, and I'll add things like, he disrespected my family, my cousin, talked about my cousin's weight, just disrespected my cousin. I personally hated that my cousin Tyler had to experience the trauma of how my ex-fiance said nasty stuff about his weight and just other things, talked about, questioned his sexuality, just being completely disrespectful, not apologizing to him, only saying that he takes the L for what he said. That's not even a real apology. A real apology is owning up to first what you did wrong and saying, I am genuinely sorry. That's what a real apology is. And the fact that he said that, I'm a real man and a real man moves on, or no, a real man really steps up and talk to the woman that he chose to put the ring on her finger and talk and try to come up with a solution. Or if you're not wanting to get married, handle it differently. And I do not think he is a real man, because a real man ain't gonna run away like a bitch and run to his mother and have his mommy sit up and try to uphold his bullshit for him. That's not a real man. And I personally, that the family, it all felt like I was thrown away. It felt like it was a fuck her feelings type of move. But you know what? I try to look at it as God pulled the plug on that relationship because he saw that it was not going to be healthy for me, and that was not the right man to be with. That situation would have been a disaster. I try to look at it that way, because a lot of times when things don't work out the way that we see fit, that we want it to work out, you have to look at it as God is protecting you. Or as you hear the saying, man's rejection is God's protection. Because I don't ever want to be treated like that ever again. I am thankful now that it's only been a year, but I'm thankful that I am not in a relationship with him anymore. I am moving forward with my life. I'm in and to make things even better, like to know that, I am in a new relationship, and the man that I'm with now, he treats me with respect. He doesn't talk about my weight. He doesn't make me feel like shit the way that my ex made me feel. The key word is respect. And if a man does not have that for you, nor does he not have it for your family members, that is a sign to run the other way and don't look back. Because if he's showing that now in the marriage, he is not going to have respect for you nor your family. And you have to just overall just know that, again, abuse is not only physical, even though 9 times out of 10 we all think, abusive relationship, oh, it's physical. The man is hitting on the woman, or maybe the woman is hitting the man, or whatever's going on. But it's not only that. Abuse can be verbal, emotional, and mental. And from my standpoint, I was in a verbal abusive relationship. The things that he would say, that was verbally abusive. And the fact that his family or his mother thinks it's okay for him to disrespect people, that's a sign that why would I want to be married into a family like that? Because if I was to have gotten married, all hell would have broke loose. I would have to walk on eggshells in the marriage as much as I had to walk on eggshells in that relationship. In just the engagement part. Him talking complete shit to my face while he's driving my car, telling me, you want to be with me, right? Oh, I'm gonna have to call off the engagement if you don't get your crap together because of what I chose to eat. I will no longer tolerate, I will not. And don't you, as women, look, if you all happen to catch this video, don't ever tolerate a man saying that to you. Because that is not ideal. And you don't want to end up with somebody that's treating you like that, and just like what I was treated like. I don't care if you want to get married and have a husband. Don't tolerate nothing. Just to say, you don't tolerate bullshit to say you got a husband or to say you're getting married. Because once that happens, you're going to be stuck in that unless or when a painful divorce comes into the situation. I am thankful that I'm not in that relationship anymore. I'm just glad that I can try to just put it out here for people, for other women again, to see what not to put up with. Because what I dealt with, and if it comes down to, things happen, like you may move in with the person, with the guy, that's what you want to do, is your life. But personally, even before, if there is a marriage, I wouldn't even really move in with the fiance, because it, just like what I went through, there can be a breakup, a bad breakup, and it's like you gotta, just say you're living with each other in an apartment, you gotta end the lease, and you gotta try to move, get all your stuff, all that stuff, and then including a ring. And I personally, I did not give back the ring because he was such an asshole that he did not deserve to get the ring back. I had that ring pawned, and I don't feel bad about it one damn bit, because you don't sit up and treat somebody like shit and expect your shit back. It don't work like that. God don't like ugly. He doesn't like ugly. So don't ever think you can treat someone nasty and think you're going to get a positive reaction back. The hell that I've been through with that guy, again, I'm not trying to, this may look like, yes, a bashing video, but I'm just putting out, again, what I went through. And I just want everyone to be in healthy relationships, because life is too short to be with somebody that don't value you. I had to learn the hard way by these people that I was not valued. And do not stay where you are not valued. Just learn to have enough love for yourself to walk away. That's the one thing I wish I would have did sooner, but I didn't. But just trying to put out there that again, abuse doesn't only mean physical, even though it's definitely not right. If with it being physical, that's when you really need to get out of there, or talk to a friend or a family member or a counselor or someone from church, whoever, to help you to get out of a situation that's very that's unhealthy for you in your life. And when you are in the healing phases of after a toxic relationship like what I was in, you have to heal. You have to just do what is going to help you to move on with your life, because the other person, they don't care. They move on. They're just they cause destruction in someone else's life and move on and act like nothing happened. But you have to heal. And I'm also talking to myself to heal, so that when something or a better partner enters your life, that you are able to be present and able to show love, and be able to also receive love from your new person, your new partner. You don't want to be jaded and not trying to be present for your new person. So just to come to an ending of this video, I'm gonna try to make another video about toxic relationships, but also it even happens in friendships. But I'm not gonna go any further into it, because that will be my next video. And just trying to put out there that, just don't stay in any toxic relationship, toxic friendships, a toxic romantic relationship, what I just shared, and family members. It could also be at work, colleagues. There's so many other types of, relationships, just outside of a romantic relationship, that I will cover. I just want to thank anyone that does come across this video, and just, again, just know your worth, and always put yourself first. Even if the other person walks away, you still owe it to yourself to keep moving on with your life. Find a better partner that will have ultimate love and respect for you, and where you're at when you do come across each other, or however you meet. And that you are going to be fine, that God has you, and He will not steer you wrong. When somebody, or the people, the family, whoever of your previous partner, your ex, like mine, when they choose to leave, that's God getting that out of your life, getting the trash out of your life, for something better to come, someone better to come, a better lover, a better family that you can marry into. Because that's what God has done for me. And I would say, you know, I am a lot happier with my new boyfriend, and my relationship is healthy. It's just a whole lot better for me. And I'm just thankful that God led me and my new boyfriend to each other, and things look very things just look very bright for our future. And again, I'm going to make a new video when it comes to toxic friendships next. But again, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm Jasmine. And just again, I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, remember, always know your worth and love yourself.